Although having a credit card with an annual fee can expand the horizon on the benefits you earn, maximize even more points and cash back, and even provide you with some of the best travel benefits, sometimes less is more. Now, no annual fee credit cards are so simple, and this is why I consider them to be no fuss, no mess, and even if you're unable to keep up with all the benefits, you'll never lose money by holding a no annual fee card. So ladies and gents, with that being said, let's go over the official video for my best no annual fee credit cards for 2023. Before we get started with this video, it's important for me to note that I own almost all of these cards, and if I don't, I've studied them through ins and outs of reading the fine print, and I've also analyzed the entire no annual fee credit card market so that you don't have to. The first on this list that we're gonna have might actually come to you at a surprise because we don't really talk too much about this issuer on this channel, but at the start of this year, they've been stepping up an incredible amount. Now, one of the most underrated best no annual fee credit cards is gonna be the Capital One Savor One Cash Rewards credit card. The reason for this is because unlike any cards, even the ones with annual fees, this one here is gonna give you 10% cash back on purchases made through Uber and Uber Eats. So personally for myself, I've been using Uber Eats almost every day here, and it's worked well within the ecosystem of credit cards that I already have, which is mainly with American Express and Chase. So one of the reasons why that 10% is pretty amazing is because Uber Eats is not just a food delivery app. A lot of people forget that there are some secret sections within this app where you can buy things such as alcohol, baby, convenience, flowers, grocery, pharmacy, prescription, restaurants, retail, ride, shipped free. Yeah, it's crazy. You can actually buy a baby off Uber Eats. But what you could do is you could buy things from retail stores. So as an example, I'll click on Bed Bath & Beyond and I see, like a cool little pop socket of Baby Yoda or some Nestwell cashmere socks. Add it to my cart. Boom, boom. View my cart. Go to checkout. And if I go ahead and use this card, I'd be getting 10% back on these purchases. Ladies and gents, can we take a moment to realize just how crazy that benefit right here is? Now, I had to do some additional digging to make sure that this did apply, and they did state on their website that all you need to do in order to get 10% cash back is to simply pay with your eligible card alongside their company, and the Capital One Savor One Cash Rewards falls under that umbrella. Not only that, but this card is also going to give you a free Uber One membership, which includes unlimited $0 delivery fee on eligible foods. You get 10% off eligible orders with Uber Eats, and you get 5% off eligible rides with Uber. Not to mention, you also get member-only perks and promotions, and I've been an Uber One member for free through Amex for a while now, and it does come in handy because there are restaurants that I eat at consistently that have popped up, and I've gotten things like buy one butter chicken and get the other one for free. Like there's one promotion that pops up on my screen, 30% off of liquor at select liquor stores for a $40 minimum order. I got to give y'all a little additional Junger tip, but if you ever order from Uber Eats and the delivery happens to be delayed outside of that ETA window, which happens pretty frequently for where I live, they actually can give you another discount or credit applied back to your meal, and all you have to do is open up the chat box, chat with the representative, and just like that, automatically they'll add you some money back. This happened to me particularly on the day of New Year's. I think just no one really wanted to work on that day, so I placed an order, but there were no drivers to pick it up. So it took about 1 to 2 hours for me to actually get my delivery, where originally it would take me like 30 minutes for me to receive something. So Uber pretty much gave me a huge reimbursement back on those meals. Not only that, but this card here, something special. And the reason why it's number 1 on my list right now is because they will give you a $200 cash bonus after you spend $500 on purchases within the first 3 months, which is $50 higher than what this card previously offered. Now, going into the cashback earning categories, you'll also earn 8% cash back on Capital One entertainment purchases. Now, please do not sleep on this one because this is one of the few cards that rewards spending on entertainment, including movie, concert tickets, amusement parks, live sporting events, and more. And more than that, you're getting 8%, which is absolutely nuts for any type of benefit. In addition to that, you'll also be earning unlimited 5% cash back on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel, where you'll also get Capital One's best prices on thousands of trip options. You'll also get 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, popular streaming services, and at grocery stores, excluding superstores like Walmart and Target. Just like any card, you'll get 1% back on all other purchases, but it is worth noting. For a no annual fee card, the benefits that you get with this is pretty insane. I would even consider this a card to have, say, even like $100 to a $200 annual fee. But for all of the benefits you're getting for what we're paying, this seems to be a no-brainer. Now, if you are interested in applying for this card, I highly recommend that you have a score of at least 650. If you have anything above 700, I think you have very strong chances of getting approved. So the second card on my list, this should not come out of surprise to any of y'all because I've talked about this card nonstop for the past few weeks, and it is for good reason too. After doing a bit of math, even for the rent that I've paid at my current apartment, if I had used the Bilt MasterCard at the start of this last year, this pretty glorious piece of metal would have saved me over $2,900 a year. So ladies and gents, like, let me break that down for you. So my apartment rent is over $5,000 per month after all the utilities and fees. It's crazy. It's not normally this much, but I do have a 3-bedroom apartment for my YouTube studio, my office, and my actual living bedroom. In addition to that, I'm month to month right now because my house is getting built, so I can't lock in a full yearly package. But basically at $5,000 per month with a 3% processing fee, for me to use the Bilt MasterCard, I'd be saving $150 immediately a month. Now, if I multiply that by 12, I'd be saving $1,800 per year. In addition to that, for every time I swipe and get 1% back with this card, I'm getting those points. The Bilt MasterCard maxes you out at 50,000 points. Normally, I would be qualified for 60,000 points because I'm spending about $60,000 a year on rent. At 1-to-1, where 1 penny equals 1 point, that'd be $500 cash back. But with the Bilt MasterCard, the points are so valuable and it's so easy to get higher redemptions that I would value their points at 2 pennies per 1 point. So that means right there in a single year, by using this card, if you're paying that much in rent, you're getting $1,000 cash back in your wallet at the end of the year. Now, by adding up the math in the processing fees that I save at 3% for $5,000 a month, that's $1,800 plus the $1,000 that I get back in Bilt points, and I'd be making an ROI of over $2,800 in a single year. So the Bilt MasterCard is clearly an amazing card, but it does have a few caveats too. One of them is the fact that it does not offer a welcome bonus for signing up. Regardless, it's not a huge deal to me because it still offers you 3x points on dining, 2x points on travel. You get 1 point back on everything else. And then, like I said, you get 1 point on rent payments without the transaction fees, up to 50,000 points each calendar year. Within those caveats, it's also worth mentioning that you would need to make at least 5 posted transactions in a statement period using your Bilt MasterCard in order to earn those qualifying points. There's a lot more to this card, like benefits such as on the 1st of every month, they're going to be doubling the cashback earning multiplier. So instead of earning 3x and 2x, you'd be earning 6x and 4x. So basically, guys, if I could rate this card, I would give it a 9.9 out of 10. If you do want to get approved for this card, because you got to apply and they got to check out your credit profile, I highly recommend you to have a score of at least 670. I've seen some people with over a 700 score actually still getting denied for this card. So it looks like it's not guaranteed that no matter where you are with your credit score that they'll approve you, but the chances of you getting approved, if you have a higher score, is always going to be greater. I did make a full dedicated video on my channel, so if you guys want to learn more about this card, be sure to check that out at the end of this video. All right, so for number 3 on our list, this is a card that should not come to anyone's surprise because it is what I'd consider a Brian Jung staple of the wallet, and this is going to be the Chase Freedom Flex card. The reason why this card is so great is because this is one of the fundamental key pieces to set up something called the Chase trifecta that I recommend almost everyone to look into and to at least have within their wallet. The Chase Freedom card is going to give you 5% cash back on different categories like gas stations, groceries, and travel. Once you do complete the Chase trifecta, you could effectively be earning anywhere from 6 to 7.5% cash back on those category purchases because you'll then have access to the Chase travel portal, and through the use of the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Reserve, those points are going to get additional boosted value. For the first quarter of 2023, you can earn up to 5% cash back on bonus categories like fitness clubs, gym memberships, and even at Target. This is great too because at the start of the new year, everyone's trying to get those gains back in with the new year resolution. And if you're trying to figure out what credit card to use, you'd be getting 5% on those gym memberships. In addition to that, you'll also be getting 3% cash back for dining, including takeout and delivery services, 3% on drugstore purchases, and 1% back on everything else. Now with the Chase Freedom Flex card, the reward percentages packages, they're hard to beat. They're great, solid, amazing benefits, and Chase has always been pretty consistent with having fair rotating categories. The best part about all of this is the fact that you also do get a cash bonus of $200 after you spend $500 within the first 3 months of opening your account. Now, to sweeten the deal even further, this is one of the few cards that also allows you to have 0% intro APR for 15 months from account opening on purchases and balance transfers. It's always worth noting, I gotta mention it in every single video, we never recommend here, I never recommend for any of y'all to ever carry a balance on your credit cards. But look, I get it, it happens. There are people who are still students, there are people who happen to be in debt from medical bills. There are things that just come up in life that you really have no control over. If you are interested in applying for the Chase Freedom Flex card, I recommend you to have a score of at least 675 points, but I have seen people get approved with a 650 credit score. Now, it is worth mentioning though, if you have a credit score of at least 700 within that range, I believe in my Jung estimate that you would have at least an 80% chance of getting approved. To keep it simple, Chase is great. They have amazing products. They have the JP Morgan private client concierge line, which is primarily where I bank with. And for the Freedom Flex, for the welcome bonus alone, for the rotating 5% cashback category, and for it to be a piece within the trifecta, this card is phenomenal. Next card on my list, this one is not really talked about, but boy, oh boy, did they make some great changes to this one. And this is gonna be the American Express Blue Cash Everyday card. Out of all the different no annual fee credit cards, this card here seems to be the one that offers you one of the highest return on investments from that welcome bonus. This is because with the Blue Cash Everyday card, you'll get $250 cash back. So you'll earn $150 back when you shop with PayPal. Almost any online e-commerce store that I can think of allows you to check out with PayPal, and you'll be earning 20% back as a statement credit on your purchases when you use your new card to check out within the first 6 months of card memberships, and this will be up to $150. Next is that you'll be able to earn $100 back as a statement credit after you spend $2,000 in purchases on your first 6 months of card membership. Not only that, but if you are somehow looking for one of the higher tier credit cards where American Express, very high up on our list, excellent customer support, excellent features, and still, in my opinion, with a cashback card, very easy to use. They'll be giving you a 0% intro APR bonus for 15 months on purchases and balance transfers. Now, I made a video, it was a while back, but although it seems like it's an older video, none of that information is outdated. American Express gives huge credit limits, and there's ways that you could even triple it today. So the reason why the American Express Blue Cash Everyday card is still one of the most powerful cards other than that welcome bonus is the fact that you can still earn 3% cash back at US supermarkets on eligible purchases on up to $6,000 per year. You can also earn 3% cash back on US online retail purchases on up to $6,000 per year. And that right there is pretty amazing too. A lot of people struggle oftentimes to figure out which credit cards to use for gas. Most people rely on the Chase Freedom Flex category, but then 3/4 out of the year, if you're not getting gas benefits, you really don't have a card to rely on. But this would be that card. You actually get 3% cash back on gas on up to $6,000 per year. And I think that alone right there is so powerful. As someone who likes to drive quite a bit, I go to a ton of car meets within my area. Gas at one point got expensive, as most of you guys know, but it is still an expense where I'd like to be earning additional rewards, and this card is amazing for that. So in my opinion, the Blue Cash Everyday card offers benefits that a $250 annual fee card would offer. It comes to you at no cost. The welcome bonus is pretty lucrative, and on top of that, all the benefits that you have with this is really easy to use. If you are interested in applying for this card, you definitely want to have at least a 680 credit score, but American Express is a little bit more generous. I've seen them accept a lot more newer applicants compared to some of these other competitors. So even if you have not the best credit score, I would not be surprised if you're able to apply for this. Maybe it's in review, and if you give them a call and let them know, hey, I'm really interested in this card, I've seen reconsideration offers for a product like this, which is entry level, to get considered quite often. So the last card on my list is something that I put a lot of thought into because I wanted to find a good catch-all card, which really defines the purpose of having a no annual fee card that is meant for simplicity. And this card is going to be dedicated to the Citi Double Cash card. So with this card, it's simple. You earn 2% back on every purchase with unlimited 1% cash back when you first buy, and then you get the other 1% as you pay off that purchase. Out of all the cards that we've talked about though, this card here is the one that has the longest no APR intro bonus that is sitting at 18 months. This card is simple, it's consistent, it's reliable, it's a workhorse. You don't need to worry about signing up for other cards. You don't need to worry about the trifecta, quadfecta, whatever. If you want to keep it simple, if you're just a simple guy, yeah, just y'all know those type of people, and this would be the card for you. Now, one of the downsides though I do need to mention is that this card has no welcome bonus. So if you're someone who cares about getting these huge welcome bonuses, adding them up, this card may not be for you. I would also say that the competitor to this card would be the Chase Freedom Unlimited. That gives you 1.5% cash back instead of the 2% cash back, but that one gives you that welcome bonus. Out of the two though, simplicity, this one wins. And if you are interested in getting this card, I at least encourage you to have a score of 650 points. So ladies and gents, if you did enjoy this video or found any value at all, share this with a friend and like this video down below. And also in the comment section, let me know which one of these cards out of my list is your favorite as well. Like always, if you guys do want to check out any of the cards, I do have a link down below in the description for you to learn more. Obviously, if you guys have noticed that the editing has only been getting better and better, and that's because I stopped editing a while ago, and I've been blessed enough to hire an editor who can help us with this so I can focus on the research and the quality and the quantity of the content on this channel. So anytime you use those links, it really does help us out. And you guys have clearly been able to see the growth of that on the channel. And you guys have been supporting a lot. So I just want to say thank you all from the bottom of my heart. That's going to be it, folks. If you want to learn more about getting started with credit cards or learn about the top 5 essential credit cards, I'll have that also linked on the screen here. In the meantime, have an amazing day and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.